Alrighty, today we are going to be replacing the muffler on this 2006 Mazda Miata, and we're going to show you some before, after, and then also how to install it. The muffler we have is a
stock muffler,
and we're going to be replacing it with
a Roadster Sport II.
Okay, so we'll show you before, after, and then how to install it. All right, rev it up. Okay, so this is the new muffler, and so just to explain how to install it, there's only 2 bolts. It bolts up right to the exhaust right there, so we're gonna go under and remove these 2. And then there's 4 hangers that attach that you'll see under the car. Okay, so we're going under to remove those 2 bolts, and this is the flange where they meet, and the bolt is right there, and then another one on this side. And we've been using a 9/16, and they weren't torqued on that tight, so they come right off with the hand tool, so you probably don't need an impact. Okay, so now that we've loosened these bolts, we haven't taken them out, we've just loosened them so that the exhaust is still being held up. We now have to go and remove all the hangers. So there's 4 of them. There's one right there. There's one in the back right here. And then exactly the same thing on the other side. One up here, and then one behind the muffler. Essentially how they remove is, so we sprayed a little WD-40 on them about 10 minutes ago, and the hangers just slide right on. So if you have a pry bar or a screwdriver, you can just sort of pry them right off. And there's a little cap at the end, and you just essentially have to get the hanger over that cap, and that's usually what holds it in when you're driving. Yeah, so we'll remove the hangers and then put the new one in. Okay, so we're loosening these bolts, 9/16. It just we're just getting them loose to the nuts all the way on the tip, just the tip, and then we'll go and loosen the hangers because we want to have some wiggling when we loosen the hangers. Okay, loosening the second nut. Andrew's at work. So, Andrew, you have any comments? How does it feel?
Super fast, and
Okay.
I like it that way.
Good. Okay, we removed all 4 hangers, and we are taking out the bolts so that we can slide the exhaust out. We have our fellow Vietnamese.
Your in-house Asian?
In-house Vietnamese repair support. The exhaust is getting heavier. That must mean it's coming out. One bolt is out down there. I don't know if you can see it.
That's 2.
That's 2. Okay, so now the whole thing should slide.
Wait, hold on. I got it. It's caught right here.
Oh. On what? Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Here, let me get out real quick.
Okay, yeah. I got the exhaust. It's okay if it drops, right?
Yeah.
All right. And one. Wait, maybe just take the box out. Yeah. we are first time muffler repair people. Yes.
It's done.
Yes. Oh, just to show you the back. This is where the bolt. The stock muffler has studs in it. The new one just has a bolt that goes in the end. Nothing wrong with this one. It's just too quiet. And it's Christmas time, so we figured, why not gift ourselves and the Miata. All right, we're gonna do a startup with no muffler, just to give you a hint of what your car could sound like without the U.S. government infringing on your sound rights. Oh my God! All right, rev it. You're probably gonna get check engine. Oh!
Alright, so now we're going to remove the baffles because apparently that makes it louder.
Yeah, so the new exhaust comes with this little insert that tones down the noise just a little bit, but since we're trying to maximize the noise, we're gonna remove this little, I don't know if you can see this little insert ring, and the way you remove it is there's just a little nut here, and it should, there's one on each side of the exhaust. And as I loosen it, think it's gonna be a bolt actually. There's a nut welded in on the inside, and once the bolt comes out, that comes out. And that should now make it louder because it's preventing less, it's not restricting the airflow as much. Okay, so we're in the process of putting the new one on. Just one thing I wanted to point out is when you put these hangers back into the rubber bushings that they came out of, it's good to spray a little bit of silicone. It just, it'll make them slide in a little bit easier, and it'll prevent any water from getting in there, and also just keep it lubricated so you don't get sort of exhaust squeaks when the rubber gets older. So what you'll do is, on the little boot, I'm just gonna spray a little in there. And this stuff is really good for you. You can use it on your own body if you need to. Okay, so we are directly under the Miata where this connects. We have put in all 4 hangers. There's 1, there's 2, it's probably dark, there's 3, and there's 4. It takes a little wiggling, but these things are super flexible, and if you spray that silicone in there, it makes it really easy to slide in. So now all we have left to do is to connect the flange, and we're gonna put the flange gasket in the middle. And then we're gonna put the bolts right here. This bolt, okay, it's got a nut on this end. You're gonna put the bolt in the holes. This thing moves up and down. You're just gonna line it up, run the bolt right through it, and then tighten it up. And the torque spec is just about pretty tight. There's a number, but it probably doesn't really matter. Okay, one thing we forgot to mention is your old exhaust is gonna have a gasket in between this connection right here that you need to remove before putting the new one on, otherwise it's not gonna sit right. Because the new kit comes with a exhaust. It's a little different than the stock one, but it fits right in between the two. So what you have to do is there's this old exhaust right here, and ours is kind of loose, but if you have a screwdriver, it may help. And you just pop that off. This is the old one. And we don't want to reuse that because it's been torqued, and so it'll be kind of bent. So we're gonna get this new one, put it right sort of over it, and the holes are gonna line up with these holes, okay? So we're just gonna slide it in right there, and it fits. That's good. They must have measured it. All right, we're gonna put the bolts in, and we can just show that. We have the, I'll stick one. All right, so I'm putting it in through the exhaust pipe plus the gasket, and then I'm gonna pull it back a little bit. Yeah, cinematography at its finest. Right through there, and then I'm gonna take a nut. Oh yeah, I'm sure you can see all of this. Should have put it on my head. Wait. Okay. And then I'm gonna put some thread locker on. Because what's life if you don't make it more complicated than it needs to be? And the thread locker is not coming off. Oh, there it goes. But I need to cut the tip because it's a new one. Okay, so we're gonna put some medium strength hand removable thread locker on the bolt threads. You can probably bring it up. Yep. Yeah, I'm just gonna. Okay, just a little bit. Yep, that should be good. And I'm gonna take my nut, and I'm blocking the view, and I'm just gonna screw it on, and then we'll put the other side in, and then we'll once we get the other side, then we'll tighten it. So just hold right there. Okay, and the other side. Oh, there, the gasket's in. You want to make sure. Oh. Should have worn a face mask so I don't get Mazda Ebola. Oh, fuck! Wear a mask.
Oh, shit, I'll get you something.
I'm good. I'll just wipe her. Okay. It smells bad. Okay, I'm gonna go from a different angle because. Is it coming out? I can't see it. Oh no. Oh, okay, I see it come out. We don't need that much. Where's the bolt? Oh, I got it. Don't try this at home. Okay. I got a dental appointment today, so it's okay that I swallowed a little bit of this. All right. Threading the second bolt on. Okay. We want to get it before that thread locker dries because it'll tighten it. Yeah, we're using it. We should be good. All right, so now I'm just getting it as tight as I can with my hands. And then we're gonna grab a couple ratchets. I could probably two-hander. And of course, this one is too big to fit, so I'm gonna get a smaller one. We'll be back. Okay, Top Tip Tuesday. Use a wrench on one end and a socket on the other, because if you try to put a socket on this end, it hits the exhaust, it'll fit, but then as soon as you tighten it, the bolts come out too far to take the socket off, so you have to loosen it back up. So, top tip, use a wrench. Oh, that's better. All right, give it some gas. Nice. All right, shut her off. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, you're good. All right, I'm gonna move the ramps.